Greetings and welcome back to Hiveswap Friendsim. I am still Karionto, can you imagine that? Still, after all this time. I lost my train of thought there. Anyway, last time we had an awkward talk with someone. He was fine, Gallic was fine. But now let us move on. Wait, no, yes. I thought I had already done volume 2 entire, but no, I haven't done yet. Let's move on to the... I guess Gallic was the know-it-all. Now let's move on to the know-nothing one. The cheeky little brat, apparently. But before that, God, you have a headache. Is it dehydration? Only if you're thirsty for companionship. Are you hurt? Only your heart, and it aches for more pals. Is it withdrawal? Only from your addiction to new buddies. Really, there's only one cure for what ails you. Friendship! You wonder whose sweet medicine you'll be imbibing this time. Ah, lovely little Tirona Kasund. They look like a gremlin. They look like a very, very, very high-end... They are literally a child. They've just become a troll, a full-fledged sort of troll child. Good lord. Good lord, look at that. They're adorable, but they are a menace to society because they have infinite energy. God fucking damn it. Okay. Good lord, kids have infinite energy somehow. So here you are, in jail. You always knew you would end up here eventually, but you were expecting a human jail, not this. It all happened so fast. You're waltzing down another Alternian street in search for friends when you heard the telltale sound of machinery behind you, and before you could escape, some giant metal drone with a rocket ass scooped you up and flew away with you. You were honestly surprised that the drone didn't execute you on sight. They've tried to do that before, after all. Yeah, that's typically their modus operandi. Perhaps your numerous shenanigans have grown so vast and ridiculous, someone wants to see you in person before you die, if only to have the chance to ask you, what the fuck? I mean, that's absolutely fair. In any case, you aren't complaining. Not about being brought alive, at least. You have plenty of other things to complain about, though. This cell sucks. It's hard and cold and full of this gross-looking moss that could probably kill you, since everything else on this planet sure can. There's a couple of patchwork holes in the back of the wall of your cell, which aren't enough to wriggle your way out through, but are enough to let in the light from outside, which burns. Fuck me. This cell sucks. You've been in here since a few hours before dawn, and now it's midday, which means scorching rays of sunlight are streaming their way into your cell and forcing you to dart around to the shadiest spots as the sun makes its way across the sky. As if that weren't enough, it's also hammering rain outside, which really isn't doing much this time in the sunlight. And you think the rain might be acidic too? Fun! Yeah, great. Fucking jail. Intermingled with the rain, you've been hearing some sounds coming from other rooms. Interrogations, maybe? Torture? Whatever it is, you are not a fan. And would somebody please fix the leak in the roof? If you have to listen to one more drop of water exploding onto the floor like a nuclear fucking bomb, your shit is going to take an extended sabbatical from the handle. To conclude, it's not great. You'd like out right now, preferably. Now? Oh, god damn it. You were hoping that someone would conveniently appear in time with your internal monologue, but no such luck. Okay, phew. There she is. Your new savior is small, probably the smallest jewel you've met so far, with the possible exception of Amicia, and she looks about as young as Amicia as well. Now this one looks younger. She's got wild pigtails sprouting from her head and a twitchy look in her eye, like she's going to start sprinting the second she hears a sound. She opens your cell door with a creak and gestures down the hallway with a quick jerk of her head. Come on, with me now, quickly. Head down, keep quiet, no asking questions. Follow her. Yeah, let's not ask. Look, the kid has a plan. You follow her down the hallway, keeping quiet as instructed, even though you have so many questions you want to ask her. Questions like, what her name is, or where you are, or why they haven't fixed the fucking leak in the roof. Instead, you just hurry closely behind as she takes you to a stairwell in the back of the building and up multiple flights of stairs. Peeking out the window of each door you pass, you see what seems to be an evidence locker, and then a row of tightly packed cubicles, and then a long, winding hallway. This is where she opens the door and ushers you through. Also, the music is very royal. It's very... It's very contrasting with this character design. The hallway is full of electronically locked doors with troll signs on them, the overwhelming majority of which are teal. Yeah, what the fuck is this music? What the hell? I don't know what to think. Oh well. The only other presence here seems to be automated cleaning robots. You are unsurprised to see that troll Roombas come with their knives pre-attached. Ah, good old stabby. You never leave a stabby without a knife. Always give the Roomba a knife. That's basic humans or spacewalks thing. If you're in space and you got humans, you got Roombas. Someone's gonna attach a knife to it. That's just facts. That's a fact across all fiction. It should be anyway. It should be. That's just how it works. You get stabbed by it, the Roomba assumes the highest rank of the person it's stabbed. That's just how it works. That I don't make the rules, that's just how it works, okay? The human hive mind of fanfiction writing has decreed it such. And I've contributed to that as well a little bit, back when I wrote stuff. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She punches a series of numbers and letters into a keypad beside one of the doors, bearing her sign and a name, and then slips inside, and you follow.
You! Here we are! My hive away from hive. You can be a bit louder now, but no shouting. That'd just be weird as hell, buddy. Oh, and my name is Tirona, by the way.
You politely refrain from shouting as you introduce yourself to her. Tirona pulls up a chair and sits down at her husk top, tapping some keys.
So what we're gonna do here is I'm just gonna go ahead and access your files on the system. Shouldn't be too hard to find since you're a weird alien, and yep, here we go. Go, that's what we're looking for. Time to make a few edits.
She leans in, fingers flying quickly over the keys. She's absurdly fast on the keyboard, her eyes darting back and forth across the screen.
Now, normally I wouldn't pull anything this risky, and I certainly wouldn't be helping out a criminal, but I have it on good source that you're not the kind of person we should be letting rot in a cell. Or worse. Right now, you're in our system on a lot of weird and serious offenses. But you and I, we know the only thing you're really guilty of is trying to keep your head and shoulders attached, yeah? Just gonna click here, delete a few things, and there we go. You're clean.
Oh, this is very convenient, thank you. Wow, just like that. You thank her profusely, and even begin to consider groveling at her feet, but she cuts you off.
Listen, I'm just doing the grunt work for you. Wasn't really my decision to spring you. Let's just say you and I have a mutual friend, wink wink, nudge nudge. I run errands for him sometimes in exchange for information, and I just happen to be pulling on all day over here anyway, so I was in the right place at the right time.
Ah, this mutual friend of yours sounds like a dead ringer from Malak. Wow, knowing a cerulean in high places is already paying some great dividends. It beats our data at least. All you got from her were some really weird DMs on Chitter from her stream followers. I mean, that's what you'd expect from, look, could be worse. Anyway, speaking of being in the right place, what is this place anyway?
This place is, well, it's a lot of things. Jail, and courthouse, an office, and a whole lot more. Basically, if you're a total teal looking to learn how to do teal things, this is where you go for hands-on internships. Most of it is law-related, of course, but there's a couple of semi-related fields for the go-getters looking to do something a little different. Like me! Yep, I bet you just don't know what I get up to in these hollowed halls, don't ya? Surely, brilliant man like Miss Kassoon is doing some real important work here. That's what I bet you're thinking, and you are absolutely correct, my friend. Feast your green gandirbles on this.
Gander, right. Fucking... Like 1, 3 imprints of an E is manageable, 2 just confuses me a little bit. Troll language sometimes makes it a little... Well, they're trolling me. That's the point. Fucking trolls. A few clicks of the wriggly bulbous mouse on her husk top loads up several images. You glance at the screen and the recognition center in your brain goes haywire with dopamine. Alien culture nut, you know memes when you see them. Oh god, you missed memes, I don't. I guess they're fine. Check it out, they're a little corny, but I know Tiz is gonna love him. She's a real sucker for this kind of thing. One of them is an image macro featuring Triz doing her makeup, with the caption, "Triz is so hot, rebels are so not." Another seems to feature troll brains, at least you hope those are brains, of varying size and chemo colors. Being a rebel is the small maroon brain, sympathizing with rebels is the medium-sized olive brain, and worshipping Trizza is the giant purple brain. Okay, sure, that one. These ones will be going up on the web soon, but for now I've got plenty of other memes circulating. See, I made a bunch of fake Twitter accounts and got some techie troll to automate them for me. He has hyped out the excitement enough to do some work on Twitter's behalf, I tell ya. Some of these accounts just pretend to be regular trolls and others are best jokes now, the big funny relatable laugh humor, you know. They're racking up the followers as we speak. And the point of them is to put these Trizza memes out there. That's how you get them. You start with a couple of innocuous jokes and cute breeze pics, and then bam! Suddenly you're spreading the good word for the empire and everyone accepts it because your Twitter account is so funny and hip. I call it meme agenda. It's gonna be the next big thing, I tell ya. It does seem like a pretty clever way of spreading propaganda. Really effective on today's modern youth. It also deeply unnerves you, but you leave that part out. There's just something wrong about memes being used for evil. That's... It's a tool. That's just how it works. It's a communications tool. So obviously it's going to be used by some people for evil. Duh. That's just how it works. That's how it's always worked and how it will always work. At least as long as there is resource scarcity and like the whole need for people wanting to have power for reasons. This will always exist. Thank you. Glad someone appreciates all the hard work I'm doing here instead of just brushing me off. I've had to do a lot of overtime putting out propaganda for the Empire lately. It's just between you and me. Although this ain't exactly much of a secret anymore. There's talk of a rebellion brewing like a real actual big scale one instead of just a bunch of highbloods getting paranoid because Burgundy looked at them funny. It's pretty scary actually, and I hope I won't get swept up in all that something nasty breaks out. Yeah, that's the vibe you've been getting. You're about to ask for more info about this rebellion when she cuts you off and keeps rambling on. Seems like she's got a lot to say. You get the impression that nobody else here listens to her, possibly because she's still so young compared to most of them. But saving you from jail cell is a good way to get you to pay attention. But here's the thing, despite being a whole lot of potential trouble, it's also a great opportunity to show the Empire just how invaluable my skills will be for them. See, I've got it all planned out. First, I need to prove to Trizza how useful and clever I am, and how helpful I can be for her regime. Then, when Trizza comes of age, she'll dethrone the current Empress and take her place. Most girls just love Trizza, and those don't are gonna get themselves killed real quick, so I'm sure she'll have plenty of support when the time comes for the duel. Fuck, so many threes, it's in my brain. Once she's in full power, I snag myself a nice position as her propaganda minister, and if I'm real lucky, I can wheedle my way into being assistant to his honorable tyranny herself. Oh yeah, propaganda ministers, they always do good. That always works out. His honorable tyranny? You don't think you've heard of this guy before? I assume he's a particularly high-ranking troll in the legislative process? Oh, no, he's just a fuck-off huge monster who passes judgment on criminals by eating them, or eating anyone who bugs him, really. He presides over particularly noteworthy trials, especially at the extreme court. In retrospect, you should have known. If monsters can be parents, then they can surely be judges too. But what exactly is the appeal here? Who wouldn't want to be big and handsome and strong enough to devour anyone who annoys you? It's the perfect laugh, I tell ya.
I guess fair, yeah. That's fair enough. As then, since I can't be him, I can at least be his best bud and most perfect little helper. And besides, doing all the behind the scenes work is a lot safer than trying to actually hunt down or prosecute criminals, I'll tell you that much. I mean, yeah, he might eat me, but that's just a normal workplace safety hazard, really. Nothing I can handle. Can't handle.
She really does have it all planned out, doesn't she? You're impressed?
Thank you. But I can't do it all alone. I will need some help along the way from a very talented and clever associate or two. I bet you know who I'm talking about.
Her Lucis? Her classmates?
No, dummy, she's here. I'm trying to butter you up and it's flight right over you, I think, Pan. I'm talking about you. I need your help. And I think after bailing you out of that jam, I've earned my it, wouldn't you say? The old I rake my claws down your back, you rake yours down my deal, you know?
Troll idioms are still as inscrutable as ever, but you do know a thing or two about claws. And about helping people to earn their good graces.
What you need? You ever hear the old adage? Teals talk. And while a lot of teals have been talking about the strange alien going around getting all buddy-buddy with the cast. The way I see it, someone like that might just know how to get me into their offices and dig up some dirt on them and their potential rebel connections. I keep saying they should start shelling out for grander scan tech, but nobody ever listens to me. No way, no how. A regular old password system ought to be enough, right? They wish, yeah, they really wish those locks were as secure as they think they are. You can figure out the codes, no problem, I'm sure. What are you saying, pal? Now how about you help me help the Empire and root out the rebel scum?
Oof, you're not particularly keen on betraying your friends, but you do owe Tirona a favor now. And you'd love to make another pal while you're at it. There's got to be some way you can maneuver your way out of this mess. You tell her sure you'll offer her help. If you're going to hit up someone's office, it should be... shit, I forget who's who. Okay, Tagora is the con man on the street. Tizius and Tagiri. Fuck. I forget who was who. Shit, I forget. I don't remember. Tizius. Tagiri. I've forgotten. It's been a while, first of all. And second, I have no fucking clue who half of these people are sometimes. Can I remind myself of who they are? When was that ago? Segura Elward? Was it? No, Tizius. That was relatively recently, apparently. Volume 8 for Tizius and Volume 10 for Tagiri. Let me do a quick little cheeky bricky thingy. I'm just gonna pause this for a second. Okay, I've done my research, as in I quickly skimmed the two parts, and let's go with Tagiri, the comic book nerd. Let's betray him. Because Tizius was just like, he just wants sleep. He just wants some sleep. And Tagora was, sure he's a con man, but he was nice. Tagiri was just kind of annoying, ultimately. He's just like, whatever. He's kind of, well, no, actually, he was, fine, let's go with Tagiri, fuck it. After mulling it over for a while, yeah, you could say that fucking much, you decide Tagiri is the safest choice. Sure, he's the guy with a sword, but he's also by far the least likely to harbor rebel sympathies. Oh yeah, right, he was like, yeah, he was super anti that stuff as well. I forgot that was the point here. So you won't be getting anyone in trouble here. Yeah, Tagiri. Now that's an interesting choice, I tell you what. He's always sucking up to that purple and trying to make himself look all cool, knowledgeable about the law stuff. You think he'd be clean, but maybe, just maybe, it's all a front. I'm working on a video about rebel sympathizers right now, actually, and that's one of my big, bold points that I go over. How sometimes the guy trying too hard to look like he's on level is actually as far off the level as it gets. So yeah, let's see what this guy's hiding, why don't we? Oh shit, could be. Moseying on over to his door, you consider the keypad. This shouldn't be a hard password to guess, it's got to be the name of one of his favorite animes, right? You punch one in and... nope, that buzzer sound. You try another. Nada. But to your delight, the door clicks and begins to slide open after the third anime title. You glance over your shoulder to see Tirona beaming at you from right behind you, then turn back to the door and yikes. Also, all the teals have a T name, hey? A katana comes swinging out towards you on a wire and you narrowly dive out of the way before it connects, crashing to the floor in the process. You groan and stagger back to your feet and hear a familiar voice sounding from a speaker in Tagiri's room.
Foolish evildoer! Did you really think it would be that simple? You've fallen for my trap! Your 3 pitiful guesses were all it took to seal your doom. Not that it's going to do you any good while you're bleed out on the floor. Sayonara, trespasser!
I forgot what voice I did though. I just listened to it a little bit, I already forgot. The message seems to cut off there, but then there's some muffled sounds, like a microphone being moved.
What do you think, Tadashi? It's gonna look so cool when I show off to my colleagues.
You breathe a sigh of relief. That katana was aiming right at your head. You almost got skewered. Talk about close one, right, Tirona? Tirona? Oh. Shit. But she was so tall, so short. What? Damn. Okay, fine. Jesus Christ. Okay, fine. Tirona, let's follow her. And I guess let's not go into Giri's room. Shit, man. Okay, let's go with Tagora. He's a con, man, but like... I don't think he's a rebel of any kind. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. He's real smart and a good talker, and he's always got the latest gossip, so you'd think he'd be my kind of guy. But he also just such a sleaze, like a real creepy creepster. Not to mention he charges out the sniff tube for all his info. No thanks, I'll handle it myself. Oh, but imagine the scandal if he turned out to be a rebel all along. I really hope he finds something on him here.
After some leet hacking, that is punching his wriggling day into the keypad, the door to his office clicks open. The two of you slip inside and you glance around. You are immediately reminded of his hive. Almost eerily reminded of it, in fact. Did he just order copies of all the same minimalist aesthetic furniture and have them sent to his office? That's... well, you don't know exactly what that is, but it's certainly impressive. I mean, hey, home away from home, why not? If you're going to spend a lot of time in the office, may as well make it homey.
I'm not so sure if that vase is regulation. Take a picture of it just in case, will ya?
Sure thing, and if you happen to accidentally delete the picture later, well, actually you have accidentally deleted a bunch of pictures before. Figuring out your troll phone has been an ordeal. You line up your camera to take the shot and fuck. As you are about to press the button, your phone received an incoming call from someone and you ended up hitting the answer call button instead. Now you're going to be trapped in a social encounter that you weren't mentally prepared for. No, wait, it's just Igor. That's no problem at all. He's gregarious and he's talked to, and you're standing in his office. Fuck again. Throwing on your most practiced "everything is perfectly fine" expression, you try to angle the camera so he can't tell where you are. My apologies for bothering you on such short notice. I recently learned through the grapevine that you may have been responsible for some changes in Shigizi's attitude as of late. I thought it might be prudent to let you know that... Wait, is that my office? Did you break into my office? No, God no, it's not his office, it's just, an office that coincidentally happens to look exactly like his? His face has been frozen mid-smile, and now it slowly seems to twist, until the smile doesn't look nearly as friendly or genuine as it did a moment ago. He starts to laugh. Little raspy chuckles under his breath. I see. More the fool was I to ever believe I could trust a fellow liar. Is this Galax work? No, it cannot be. He doesn't do that kind of subterfuge. It was all just a game to you. Yes, that must be it. Of course it was. You're not here to make friends. What? No, that's exactly what you're here to do. The bills I so graciously forewent for your sake. Well, no matter. You can expect a very hefty invoice to arrive via email as soon as I finish typing it up. No, please, no, it doesn't have to end this way. You were just trying to secure another friendship. He knows how it goes, right? Saying or doing anything for a bit of social gain. Oh, but of course. And I'll be very happy to continue our business relationship in the future. Once I've been reimbursed in full for my time and expenditures. Farewell. He ends the call and his face disappears. The friendly little bew sound that Gripe makes cannot possibly underscore the finality and tragedy of this situation. Your heart truly is broken. But hey, at least you can trade one friend for another, right? That's not nah. Now that she's even seen what you're willing to sacrifice for, surely Tirona will... Tirona? Ah, shit, at some point while you were distracted, she made a break for it. Now you're left with not but a hefty fine and an ache in your chest where friendship used to be. Right, none of these are good options, apparently. Shit, it's a massive bill. Fuck. Okay. I guess... Okay, well... Obviously the badges. You know, I don't want to end our friendship with Tizius. No, I like Tizius. He was nice. Let's just let's ask some questions instead. Let's just ask some questions, okay? I don't want a third bad ending. It's already painful enough and expensive enough. Anyway, wait. You have so many questions. Which of your many lovely friends was willing to help you escape? Who is she? What's her deal? How did she... She hushes you, and her eyes narrow into an appraising squint as she looks you over. Not too bad, huh? Figures. Listen, I don't have time to explain, and I'm not putting my neck out any further to her. So here's what we're gonna do, okay? You're gonna run, not too far out, but because you don't want to wind up underneath in undead territory. Stick to the city, find a nice hiding place, and keep your head down. See ya. Oh, that's it? Damn it. We have to betray Tizius. She rather forcefully stuffs what appears to be a military-grade umbrella into your hands and shoves you out of back door, into the rain and sunlight. When you turn to protest, the lock on the door clicks shut and you're stuck outside. What was that she said about the undead? Well, shite. Okay, fine. Okay, I guess Tizius tis. Damn. Really exhausting all the options with these two, apparently. Fucking hell, I'm just making all the wrong choices. Alright, let's follow her and then let's go for Tizius. Alright, Tizius, you sleepyhead. It's got to be Tizius. She runs a tight, if sleep-deprived ship. You'll give it a good try. Fail to find anything useful, and Tirona will appreciate your attempt. Tizius, huh? Yeah. She's got that vibe to her, you know? She talks a lot about improving the justice system and what kind of person does that, huh? A rebel sympathizer, that's who. The Alternia justice system has worked just fine for hundreds of sweeps. The only person who ought to be proposing change is Trizza herself, but obviously there is nothing to change or she'd have done so already. Anyway, this is Tizzy's door right over here, so why don't you start working your magic? An idea comes to you. You start tapping away at your phone, much to Tirona's chagrin. Hey buddy, we're trying to break into someone's office. There's no time to play flappy talon screecher. You explain that you're looking up Tizius on your phone to consolidate information and improve your chance of guessing her password. Whoopsie, sorry, I'm just a little antsy here, I guess. Carry on. Turning to the keypad, you start inputting your guesses. You tried the birthday listed on Tizius' Twitter profile. Nope. Even the name of her mate's bird doesn't work. Then something clicks. Everyone expects a long, complex password, right? You try just 2 paltry digits instead. 6, 9. Click. The light goes green and the door to her office slides open. Bingo, too lazy to do anything complicated. Goddamn Tizius. Feeling pretty chipper about your breaking and entering skills, you usher Tirona inside with an exaggerated bow. She cackles and skips right in, making her way over to the husk top sitting on Tizius' crowded desk. There's papers and old mugs lying around everywhere, and the rest of the room is about as disorganized as the desk, with towering stacks of books threatening to collapse if you so much as breathe wrong. The Empire already monitors online communications, of course, but we've got tools for those sneaky snakes who try to hide things off the cloud. Tirona produces a small device, bright red with gold accents, and plugs it into what appears to be a USB slot on the husk top. It wriggles upsettingly. I'll go through her files, and you start looking through all those books and folders, okay? You offer a thumbs up and turn your attention to the absolutely massive pile of literature that is strewn throughout the office. You're not really giving it your full effort, hesitant to pry into Theseus' stuff, but you get the sense that she isn't hiding anything here anyway. Behind you, Tirona is clicking through folders on the hostel, the exasperation in her voice steadily growing.
Useless school-feeding assignments, copies of court transcripts, a bunch of nudes. It's all just normal Teal stuff. There's nothing incriminating on her at all. Where is she hiding it?
Tirona pulls away from the hostel and dives into the stack of books with the gusto of a small child in a ball pit, rifling through pages as quickly as she can. It isn't long before she gives up that pursuit too, emerging from the pile in a shower of loose pages.
Can't find any evidence of wrongdoings anywhere. No hidden folders on her hostel, no secret stash between the pages of a book, nothing.
She stomps back and forth, pacing around the room and scratching at her face absent-mindedly. Maybe there just isn't anything to find? Is that so bad?
Yes, if she's not bad, super bad. Look, see? I'm not big and I'm not strong, and even if I get a growth spurt when I'm older, it won't change that I don't like to fight. That's just not what I'm cut out to do. I'm a thinker and a listener and a talker. Knowledge is power, and it's the only kind of power I'm good with. It's the only kind that'll keep me in the game. Everyone's gotta play nice and get off my case because they know I've always got the dirt. But all those shifty, crafty Teal jerks keep trying to hide all their secrets from me. I'm gonna be hooped if I can't get one over on them.
Tirona yanks at her pigtails and slumps down against the wall, looking as frazzled as ever you've seen her. This calls for a pep talk. You sit down across from her and offer a gentle smile. You know where she's coming from. When you came here, you were a mess. You still kinda are. All you had was your guts, your mind, and your goofy charisma. You've been blundering your way across the planet, but somewhere in between all the blundering, you made friends. You gained skills. You figured out how to keep surviving, even when it seemed impossible. And if you can do it, she can too. Sure, she may not be as big and strong as she'd like. She won't always win. Sometimes there's going to be days like today, where she doesn't succeed. But she's got this spark in her, you can see it, that tells you she'll be just fine as long as she keeps her head up and tries to hang in there.
Throwing the perks right up. Your motivational speech game is really on the ball lately. Yeah. You're right, this might have been a bust, but I sure ain't. I've already got all kinds of connections and pals and skills. I mean, the guy I run those errands for, he says I'm one of the smartest and cleverest Teals he's ever met, and I'm really mature for my age and... Oh, hi, Theseus.
You never find out what else he says because you're interrupted by the sci-fi whoosh of the office door opening as Theseus steps through. There's a long, awkward pause before she raises an eyebrow at Tirona. Now, just what in the hell are you two doing in my office? Tirona begins a stammering response, but Theseus jerks her head toward the door. Yeah, I'm gonna need you to get out right now. She turns to you. Now you. We need to have a chat. Tirona flashes you a terrified look before scurrying out of the room, door slaying shut behind her. Theseus glances at the door, then pulls you toward the most secluded corner of the room, where books are piled so high they practically reach the ceiling. She speaks in a low, hushed whisper. A good idea, because you'd better troll bucket too that Tirona's listening outside the door. Hey, so, that was some good thinking, texting me as soon as you got your palm husk back. You shrug humbly. You're getting good at leveraging your bountiful stockade of friends. I wonder what she thinks I'm going to do to you. There's a lot of rumors about me. Most of them untrue. But when you look as tired as I do every day, trolls whisper. She chills lightly and takes a sip of water before sighing. I can't believe she thought I'd ever be dumb enough to keep including documents in my office. She must be getting real desperate to prove herself. This is exactly my point about how fucked up it is here. Everyone trying to climb over each other out of the muck and they'll pull the rest down, like shell scuttlers in a seafood storage device. Poor girl. She thinks she's got everyone in the palm of her hand, but she's being played as much as any of the rest of us schmucks. Another sigh. You feel like sighing may as well be Theseus' second quirk. But you've already heard enough from me about all that.
Go pretend that chewed you the fuck out or something. I need to reorganize all this shit now that she ruined my old system.
Her office looks far better organized than it did when you walked in, actually. But you're not about to split hairs over it when Tizzy has just bailed you out of a potential disaster. You thank her, give her a quick hug, and then slip out of the office. Tirona nearly falls over herself, stumbling away from the door where she was clearly trying to listen in.
Whoa, you're here and you're still alive in one piece. That must have been a real close one. You know what she does to people who cross her, right? Well, I'll give you a hint, pal. It starts with disembowelment and only gets worse from there, huh? How'd you make it out?
Oh, you know, talking your way out of a jam.
It's a total breeze. Tirona seems starry-eyed and impressed. You should do know how to handle yourself, especially for a weird alien. I think you and I ought to stick together. Technically, you don't owe me anything anymore, but us little people work best in numbers, yeah. You could use a friend like me.
Okay, I like her. She's fun. You smile, basking in the now familiar glow of camaraderie.
Yeah, you could use a friend like her. And you think she could use a friend like you too. Yeah, you did good. Good. That was nice. Okay, that was fun. I like these small energetic characters. They're fun. They're always fun. That was nice. Alright then.
The timeline where she doesn't die and we don't get billed to hell.
Anyway, that was nice. Okay. That was nice. That was just fun. Cool. See you next time. Yee.